How do you know, everyone? I'm Critic, and you're the viewer, and today we'll be looking at the one, the only, the question everyone's been waiting for me to answer. Definitely, everyone's been waiting for me to answer this. Unlike tons of people, for some reason, watched my Iron Gwazi versus Steel Vengeance video beforehand. I wonder how many people are going to watch this video afterwards. I will be looking at Iron Gwazi versus Steel Vengeance, because obviously everyone wants to know that. This is only, what, the 50th video that's compared the two? I'm just gonna stop pondering, and instead I'm actually gonna get on with the video. These two coasters were built by the same manufacturers around the same time, but with entirely different layouts. Now, which one do I like more? Well, you're gonna figure that out later on. Let's start off with good old Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance has been dubbed for years now the best coaster in the world. Now, what's the other coaster that has also been dubbed the best coaster in the world, won the best coaster in the world 14 times, and then promptly got called overrated multiple times by coaster enthusiasts who all of a sudden didn't like it anymore? Seems like we're doing that again with Cedar Point. Yes, I am saying this is going to be another case like Millennium Force, because, come on, people are saying Steel Vengeance is the best coaster in the world. Just like Millennium Force, and look what happened to that. Now granted, Millennium Force is an absolutely phenomenal coaster, and in my opinion, it reminds me of just simply a more intense Manta with how it makes me feel. It's fun, it's fast, but it's graceful. Yet, Steel Vengeance, it is fun, it is fast, it's intense, and it does a lot of stuff. But near the end of the ride, I feel like it starts getting a bit repetitive. Now, don't get me wrong, those constant 6 moments of airtime are great. But the thing is, Steel Vengeance kinda gets a bit repetitive, not gonna lie. Like, come on. You can't tell me that going through the same airtime hill over and over again, no matter how good that airtime hill is, isn't gonna get old. You can eat the best meal in the world 50 times, and you can't tell me you're not going to get bored of it. That better be one frickin' good meal. And what I'm trying to get at here is that Steel Vengeance, Alan kind of tried too hard with this one. Yes, it is still an Alan Schilke masterpiece. Alan Schilke is a god at making roller coasters, but he kind of went overboard with this one. When Coaster Studios said that Cedar Point basically went, here's a bunch of money, here's a very big but very bad wooden coaster, go ham with it, Alan Schilke went frickin' ham with it. Seriously, this coaster is insane. The 90-degree vertical drop, the 76 miles an hour, the 205 foot, that is amazing. But the thing is, he focused a little too much on airtime. I do like variety in coasters. That's why I like rides like Twisted Colossus and Railblazer. Yes, they do have airtime, but it's not just airtime. They have some nice weird wavy turny thingies, and some nice big double downs, and some Top Gun stall. That's good stuff. But if I want to describe Steel Vengeance to you in one sentence, I would basically say it's an airtime hill, and then an inversion, and then some more airtime hills, and then some more inversions. That's basically how you can describe the ride. Meanwhile, if you describe a ride like Railblazer, it's a turn, then a drop, then a weird inversion, and then a nice weird airtime hill, and then some nice turny thingies, and then you drop down, and then you go through a cutback. It's a lot more quality than quantity, and I value the quality in coasters, not quantity. That's why I often like shorter rides than longer rides, because, come on, unless you are a Megamind, you are not going to figure out how to not repeat yourself after you say 25,000 words. I mean, like, look at me. I've said way too many words already, and I'm already repeating myself. Though some of the good things about Steel Vengeance are certainly, I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but all the airtime. Yes, some of the airtime does get repetitive, but the airtime moments that are good are frickin' good. The Outer Bank is just as good as everyone says it is. Yeah, I think it was a tad bit overhyped, but oh, that was amazing, it was. And also, the drop down the mid-course was pretty floaty. I do like floater airtime a lot, so that was a good surprise. The ride is pretty much full of ejector, but the ejector is card class ejector, except for that ending part. The ending part feels like it's just trying to rip off your freaking legs. Well, not as much as Magnum tries to rip off your legs. I think Magnum could be charged with physical assault. But Steel Vengeance, it's just on the borderline of physical assault. Not quite X2 or Magnum, but just before that. Then also Steel Vengeance has a phenomenal story that I'll link a video down in the bottom half that basically creates a freaking Cedar Fair ride attraction universe that, honestly, I really hope Cedar Fair actually upgrades on that, because I mean, like, we've got Steel Vengeance, Maverick, Cedar Creek Mine Ride, maybe even Copperhead Strike. Who knows when they're going to incorporate knots into this thing? They've got a freaking entire western thing going on over there. So yeah, the story to this ride is really good. God knows I'm not going to explain it in this video. There's an entire video dedicated to that in the description, as I said before. See, I'm repeating myself. So now, let's go and talk about Iron Gwazi. Iron Gwazi really does what I said before with the whole repetitive thing. Iron Gwazi, yes, it is a lot shorter than Steel Vengeance, but that does not mean it is bad. This ride is a powerhouse. It's not as intense as a ride like Maverick, but it's not as long as a ride like Steve. It's in the perfect zone. You see, Iron Gwazi, it is just fun. That's how I could describe the ride. Fun. Steel Vengeance is the sort of ride that if I ride it too much, I'm gonna get tired of it afterward. But Iron Gwazi, you give me that ride on a non-packed day, and I'm going to lap that thing for hours. Iron Gwazi, I could do all day. I could do that thing all day long. Iron Gwazi is the kind of ride like Manta. I just want to keep going on and going on and going on and going on. See, I'm creating a lot of similarities to Manta here, but Manta, in my opinion, is the ride that everyone should make their rides off of, because Manta is the baseline to a perfect attraction. However, Iron Gwazi does have some setbacks, one of them being the lack of theming. Now, I do know Steel Vengeance has a lack of theming as well, but the thing is, that's Cedar Point. Look at Valraven, look at Millennium Force, look at Maverick. Okay, actually, no, Maverick's kind of good. Look at all the rides that don't have theming. Look at freaking Rougarou. What is Rougarou? Cedar Point doesn't have that much theming at all, but Busch Gardens Tampa, now that is a themed park. That is a beautiful park. But Iron Gwazi is kind of a stain on that. It doesn't have any theming during the ride. It has theming during the queue and the station to make it look nice on the footpaths. But when you're actually on ride, what is this? What is the freaking wood chips? Meanwhile, a ride like Cheetah Hunt or Sheikra or Cobra's Curse, which I unfortunately didn't get to ride, Montu even, they all interact with some sort of greenery, terrain, some sort of building structure. They all do something cool. Meanwhile, Iron Gwazi just kind of fumbles around. Well, not fumbles around, streaks around, but still. If Busch Gardens Tampa could have at least put some plants or some structures or anything around Gwazi, Gwazi, and maybe have upgraded it for Iron Gwazi, that would have been great. But now, it's time for my final thoughts on both of these rides. I'm going to start with my final thoughts on Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance, in my opinion, it is phenomenal. An amazing ride, for sure. The problem is, it's just far too repetitive in the majority of its ride. However, the story and how it isn't too out of place at Cedar Point makes it still a very, very amazing attraction. Iron Gwazi, granted with the lack of theming and how it is a tad bit out of place at Busch Gardens with said lack of theming, it is still amazing, and it is not repetitive in the slightest. Every element is different, and if it does kind of give you the same force or feeling, it has at least something different about it that I love. So, with that being said, my favorite of these two coasters, and with association, my favorite coaster is Iron Gwazi. Yes, I do think Iron Gwazi is better than Steel Vengeance, meaning my prediction was right. Yeah, this is the first time in a video that's supposed to be a part 2 I'm actually referencing this last video. That came kind of late, didn't it? But yeah, I do like Iron Gwazi better for, wouldn't you know, basically the same reason that I said in the last video. Because I like shorter rides better than longer rides, and because Steel Vengeance is pretty repetitive, but Iron Gwazi is different. Iron Gwazi is really fun, but Steel Vengeance is fun, but can wear you out. I want the sort of fun that will not wear me out and will allow me to still be able to get some more rides in after that ride, eventually giving me an infinitive circle of rides and happiness. So, I think that'll be it for this video. It wasn't that short, contrary to what I said in a clip that I have now deleted and I'm now re-recording, as you can hear right now. But I do still think that this is hopefully going to be a trend for me, once again, starting to make videos again, because the day I'm recording this is the same day I'm releasing this. So, I'm hoping I'm able to get more consistent videos out to you all. Don't count on it. Seriously, do not count on it, because I'm the most unpredictable person ever when it comes to upload schedules. So, I should get the next video out to you soon enough, and it will once again be about a controversial opinion. I know, I can't really stop with those. And it will be about Kumba and Hulk, and what I think about those two. So, stay tuned for that video, and hope you liked this video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Before I'm unsubscribing, leave a like. And I was with the Ghost Critic, you the viewer, and I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.